A wise person once said, "The first step to being happy is accepting unhappiness." But why? Because our brains are designed not for happiness, but for survival. We're all animals who always want more, no matter what, and that's our curse. So, is there a scientific way to define happiness? Let's start our video, where you'll learn some words that will help you understand your own biology and past behaviors, and make you look cool among your friends by saying some cool things. This hormone you see is responsible for everything. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, a part of the complex neural transmission system in the brain. This chemical substance plays a crucial role in many biological and mental processes by assuming many important functions. Although often referred to as the happiness hormone or pleasure chemical, the role of this particular molecule is much broader. Dopamine's main function is to manage reward and motivation systems in our brain. When faced with a rewarding stimulus, dopamine release increases, creating a pleasant sensation. This reward system fundamentally helps us survive and ensure the continuation of our species. While highly beneficial for our ancestors who faced challenges in nature, this system is now the main culprit for the unhappiness of those of us living in cities. The reason for this is a concept called dopamine tolerance. Now let's delve into dopamine tolerance. This is Dexter. Dex is sad because he is unemployed. However, thanks to a job offer he received one morning, his brain started to release dopamine and serotonin. Therefore, he was happy for a while. The key word here is for a while. He then began to get used to this situation, and the amount of dopamine released from his brain started to decrease. Even though the dopamine level increased again with raise he got, Dex got used to it, and the dopamine secretion started to decrease until he received the second offer. You may have experienced a similar situation. That phone you loved so much, the one you dreamed of for months, became ordinary a week after you bought it, and you started waiting for the next model. The reason for this is our brain's constantly demanding more from us. In other words, after a certain level of wealth, money does not bring happiness. So, while you are unhappy for not having a car, a millionaire is unhappy for not having a billion-dollar yacht. In other words, we are all victims of this system. Let's elaborate on this topic a bit more. This is Abraham Maslow, and this is Maslow's greatest work. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a theory developed to understand people's needs and motivations. A visual model used to explain this theory is known as the Maslow pyramid. The Maslow pyramid includes 5 different levels of needs, and before moving up a level, the needs at the previous level must be satisfied. At the first level, basic physiological needs are found. Vital necessities such as food, water, air, and shelter are at this level. After physiological needs are met, individuals focus on safety and security needs. Issues like job security, health, and property security are addressed at this level. In the third tier, social needs are addressed. Friendship, family, and romantic relationships are found in this category. In the fourth tier, individuals seek recognition, appreciation, respect, and a role within society. Achievement, reputation, and self-esteem are among the needs at this level. Moving on to the fifth tier, which is at the top of Maslow's pyramid, this level represents the individual's desire to maximize their potential. The person engages in self-development, learning, and creativity. According to Maslow, as needs at one level are met, individuals move to a higher level. However, the number of people who can reach the highest level of self-actualization need is limited. The concept of happiness is closely tied to Maslow's theory. According to him, as people gradually satisfy their needs at higher levels, they experience an internal satisfaction and feeling of happiness. However, this happiness is not a constant state, but rather a continuous process of development. So, returning to the previous point, it is important not how much money or possessions a person has, but at which level of this hierarchy of needs they are. However, according to Maslow, those who truly achieve peace are those who have been able to satisfy their self-actualization need. Now, what is self-actualization? Self-actualization refers to the process of realizing one's highest potential, expressing oneself, and achieving personal development goals. It represents an individual's quest to maximize their internal motivation and creativity. The process of self-actualization begins with the individual exploring their talents, pursuing their passions, setting personal goals, and striving to achieve them. During this process, the individual seeks to understand their inner values and beliefs, develops their personal potential, and embarks on a quest to find meaning and purpose in life. At the same time, the individual seeks inner satisfaction and personal growth, along with a desire to be creative and productive. At this level, individuals are engaged in a continuous process of growth and learning. During this process, they maintain a focus on internal satisfaction and personal development, beyond external achievements and material gains. Another dark side of dopamine is that this hormone is also an addiction hormone. All the addictions we have are formed by manipulating this dopamine system. Alcohol and drugs, for instance, cause a temporary surge of dopamine release in the brain. However, due to dopamine tolerance, more alcohol or drugs are required to achieve the same pleasure. Therefore, quitting such addictions is very challenging because they disrupt the brain's chemistry. Let's take gambling as an example. Imagine a person who gambles. Let's say this person wins $10 on their first attempt. In this case, the brain rewards the person by releasing dopamine. However, this doesn't last long. As a result, the person continues to gamble to experience that pleasure again, and this cycle continues. Hence, even though many people may win money from gambling, those winners tend to gamble more with that money, and in the long run, the casino always wins. Another addiction is social media addiction, more accurately termed as scrolling. Scrolling addiction takes advantage of the same vulnerability. However, unlike other addictions, social media is easily accessible and fast-paced. When you watch a short video you like, your brain instantly releases dopamine. Later, since the body craves dopamine again, you start scrolling until you find the next video that will release dopamine from your brain again. You may have noticed this when chatting with friends. Your hand automatically reaches for the phone, and before you know it, you've started scrolling. This is because, at that moment, your brain cannot release enough dopamine from your conversation with your friend and easily directs you towards social media, where it can release dopamine much more easily. There is a clear problem here. Consuming so much content in such a short time has significantly shortened our attention spans. That's why many videos use additional content to keep your focus in the video. According to many experts, in the future, some individuals may outperform others in job applications simply because they have longer attention spans. Happiness is overrated. Everyone wants to be happy, but there are many reasons for the existence of other emotions as well. Take fear, for example. Fear allows alertness to dangerous situations and facilitates quick reactions, providing protection against potential threats. Anger serves functions such as setting boundaries, activating defense mechanisms, and enhancing the individual's ability to protect their own interests. When managed correctly, anger helps solve problems and protect personal boundaries. Disgust helps avoid harmful substances or situations, contributing to an individual's healthy living and minimizing negative outcomes. Surprise encourages learning and helps the individual better understand their surroundings. Finally, let's talk about curiosity. Curiosity triggers the desire for exploration and learning, contributing to the individual's exploration of their environment, acquiring knowledge, and developing problem-solving skills. So, is the situation this hopeless? Not at all. While happiness may not be real, peace is a genuine concept. Interestingly, the first step to being at peace is being in harmony with your own biology. Returning to the phrase mentioned at the beginning of the video, recognizing and exploring the part of our brain that opposes happiness is actually the biggest step in a person's journey to tranquility. I hope you also succeed on this journey. See you in the next video.